What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. I hope everyone had an amazing new year. 2021, this is our year. We came up a little bit short on our goal for 2020. I really wanted to end off the year with 8,000 subs. We're a little less than 100 away, so if you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed just yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Let's get to 8,000. But some of you already know the goal for this year is hitting 50,000 subs before the end of the year. That is the goal, 50,000 subs. Eventually, one day, hopefully sooner rather than later, the goal is to eventually do this full time and then get my own merch and all of that stuff. But that all starts with you guys, so make sure you support my channel. Make sure you subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. The road to 50K officially starts now. I really want to start uploading 2 to 3 times a week this year. Just get a bunch of content out there for you guys. Of course, I want to keep the content good, and we are starting the year off with my Mark IV Supra, which looks absolutely stunning in this lighting. Look at that. It looks so good. It's been a couple of months since I took delivery of this car. I've owned it for a couple of months now, and I still can't believe that I own this thing. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I always dreamed of having this car all my life since I was a little kid. I mean, I'm not that old right now either. I'm 23 years old, but still, ever since the first Fast and Furious movie, I loved the Supra in that movie. I would spend countless hours a day watching Supra videos on YouTube of them just like smoking Lamborghinis and Ferraris and backfiring and two-stepping and all this and that. And the fact that I have one, like, I still can't believe it. This is literally a dream come true. And gosh, just look at this thing. This thing just looks so good. 27 years old, 28 years old now, and man, it looks better than a lot of the cars on the market nowadays. Give you guys a quick little walk around for the new viewers out there. A little rundown. This is my 1993 Toyota Supra. Imported here. This car is from Japan. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what it's like to drive an import in the US. You know, what my experience has been driving this car in the US. How does it feel? Is it difficult? But I want to show you guys the car really quick, just so you guys can take a look at it. It's got 180,000 kilometers on it, so it's like 110,000 miles, somewhere around there. It is a 5-speed. I recently manual swapped it. It is a non-turbo, but the plan is to change that eventually within the next year or two. I want to put a little turbo under the hood and make it go fast. But anyways, let's get to the main point of this video. I want to talk about what it's like driving a right-hand drive car in the USA. So what's it like driving a right-hand drive car in the US? Honestly, it's really not that bad. I wasn't really too worried about it when I was planning on buying this car, but once I started actually driving on the other side, I mean, it's really not that bad. This car was originally an automatic, so that kind of helped me get used to driving on the right-hand side. But I mean, by the time it was manual swapped, I had already gotten the hang of it, but it's really not that bad, not at all. So if anyone that is, you know, looking at buying an import and you're worried about that, there's really nothing to worry about whatsoever. The first couple of, it really just takes a couple of days for you to get used to it. When you're driving on the right-hand side, you feel like you're sticking too close to the right side of the lane, so you tend to stick to the left a little bit too much. So one thing that I recommend is just looking at your mirrors, making sure that you're within the lines of the lane. But after a little bit, you kind of start getting used to it, and it's pretty normal after that. And as far as driving a stick shift, it's really not that hard to shift with your left hand either. You might think that it's weird, and I mean, you might just not be that well in sync as you would be with your right hand, just because you're not used to it. But it's really not that hard either. I mean, everything kind of comes naturally. You know what to do. Everything is the same. You're just shifting with your left hand. It's just getting the motion, you know, more in sync, more smooth. But other than that, I mean, it's really not hard whatsoever. Now, as far as the reactions that you get on the highway or the road or whatever when you're driving a right-hand drive car, it's priceless. It's so funny. People will, like, I mean, the fact that I'm driving a Supra, people stare at the car, and then when they see me on the other side of the road, they're like, what the heck? And this car was made here, so when people see this car, I mean, they kind of know what it is, and people love this car, so they like to, like, I've had people talk to me about it at a stoplight and stuff like that. People yell at me, is that a Supra, all the time. But if you're driving like a GTR or stuff like that, a lot of people don't really know what those cars are, so you're definitely gonna get a lot more like confused faces or like trying to figure out what the heck you're driving if you drive one of those cars. This car, it's a Toyota, people are pretty much familiar with it, but a Skyline or, you know, any of those other right-hand drive cars that were only in Japan, people will definitely look at you more weird. So it's just the whole positioning. You're on the opposite side, so you feel like your positioning within the lane when you're driving is weird. But honestly, it takes a couple of days to get used to, and then after that, I mean, you don't even really think about it. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to make this video because I'm sure people were curious of what it's like to drive an import in the US. You know, I don't know if this was stupid or not, but I wanted to make the video just because I know a lot of people ask, what's it like driving on the right hand side and stuff like that. I mean, if you think about it, like, mailmen drive on the right hand side of the mail car, whatever you want to call it, mail truck, all the time. So it's really not that bad. You get used to it after a couple days, and as far as, you know, driving a stick shift with and shifting with your left hand, it's really not that bad at all. It's pretty easy. It just takes a little bit of practice, but it's not weird at all. So if you're curious about that and you're looking at buying an import and stuff like that, really nothing to worry about whatsoever. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your guys' experiences are with driving a right-hand drive car down below, if you guys ever have. It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun seeing other people's reactions to it. They look at you really weird and they're confused and like, what the heck? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember to like and subscribe down below. The road to 50K starts now, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.